Days passed since the Sibyl arrived in Markarth. The city remained quiet, but Athuur's thoughts did not. He waited, patiently at first, then with growing unease. Each morning began the same. Waking beside Orla in a stone bed, the warmth of her presence fading as the hours dragged on. He wandered the stone streets, watched the sun rise and fall over Dwemer towers, and listened for word from Illia, but none came. For Illia had not been idle. While Athuur waited, she hunted. Forsworn camps burned behind her. Ritual sites lay desecrated. She searched for a thread, any thread that could unravel Gala's grip on the Reach. It is now the 9th of Second Seed, 4th Era, Year 1, 96. The Reach was quiet that morning. Mist clung to the riverbanks. Illia bathed alone, stripped to a ragged bra, her body marked by days of battle. She had earned no rest, but took it anyway. And if someone thought that Illia had lowered her guard for this moment, they would soon find out how wrong they were.
Show yourself at once.
You have no idea how long I've waited for this moment, witch.
I was wondering how long it would take to get your attention. I'm surprised it took Gala this long to send in her champion.
You've been busy. So have I. For Gala's reach grows larger and larger each day. But the Queen still insists that you and your companion are a formidable threat. I could have taken the last Sibyl without you meddling. But our matriarch wanted to see what you were capable of, which isn't much.
Gala is cruel. She used your brother, Wami. Christos died in agony under her dark ritual. He was a pawn to her, and nothing more. Was this truly Christos's grand vision for your people, Wami?
You don't get to say his name, witch.
Then listen to what it cost. Gala cannot rule. Her only concern is her own power, not your people. One side will win, the other will burn. And if you want to be on the side that doesn't see all of your people burn, then you need to see the truth for yourself, Wami. We can kill each other now. Or you can help me stop her, because this choice is yours to make, Wami.
Out of respect for Christos, I won't strike you today. But next time, I will, witch. You want answers? If I were you, I'd speak to the king in rags.
Wait. King Madanuk still holds power? How do I find him?
Good luck with that one, witch.
The river was silent again, but Illia's thoughts were not. Madanuk, the king in rags, Gala's rival, Gala's ally. Why would he obey her? Why would he wait? For Illia had no answers, but she had a lead. And in the Reach, that was enough. Meanwhile, after days of silence, the Reach stirred again. Word had spread of a Forsworn attack at Kolskeqqr mine, just east of Markarth, as the blood hadn't dried yet. Athuur stood among the shaken miners, their faces pale, their voices trembling. He listened, nodded, and made yet another promise.
Stay here. I'll investigate it. You'll have answers before the sun sets. You have my word.
They left the city behind, boots crunching over stone and dirt. The wind carried the scent of ash. Athuur's posture was rigid, his eyes forward. Inigo, as always, walked with questions.
Do you think this was random, my friend? Or is Gala stirring the pot again?
The Forsworn don't move without purpose. Not anymore.
And Illia? You think she found anything?
I hope so, but unfortunately, hope doesn't win wars. Action does. A truth I know all too well.
You sound like someone who's about to do something reckless, my friend.
Only if it gets us closer to Gala.
The mine loomed ahead. Kolskeqqr, once a place of labor, now a graveyard.
The Reach belongs to the Forsworn.
Looks like we have company, my friend.
What happened here?
I'll handle this. Looks like I got them all, my friend.
Your aim is wasted on conversation, I see.
Meh, I talk better when no one's trying to stab me.
Stand by. I'm going to look around.
Be careful of what you may find, my friend.
This isn't war. This is slaughter. There's no honor in this.
It is a sad reality, my friend. They didn't stand a chance.
Then I will make sure someone pays for it. Come on. Let's see what's waiting inside.
They stepped toward the mine entrance, fire crackling behind them. Athuur's grip tightened around his axe, for the Reach had spoken. And it spoke in blood. The mine swallowed them in silence. Athuur and Inigo moved deeper, the lantern light flickering against blood-stained stone. But this time, the bodies weren't miners. They were Forsworn.
These were the attackers. So who killed them?
Maybe they turned on each other, or maybe someone got here first.
Either way, we're not alone. Be on guard.
The scent of death was strong. They passed more corpses, slain with precision, not panic. Then ahead, they spotted movement, a voice, a threat.
Tell me, now, or else.
Wait, please, no!
Illia, wait! What's going on here?
She's lying to me. That's what's going on. And she knows something. I'll burn it out of her if I have to.
Look, just tell her what she wants to know. No more blood.
Oh, there will be blood. Just depends on whose blood. So speak!
I don't know his name, only his code, N. He works in the Markarth banks. He's the only one who speaks to the king in rags. Please, that's all I know, I swear.
She's stalling. Gala's dogs always stall.
She's telling the truth, Illia.
And how do you know this, Athuur? How do you know she isn't lying?
because I know what terrified looks like. I've seen it hundreds of times in prison. Her eyes tell it all, Illia. You there. Tell Gala she's next.
Fine. I'll relay any message you want. Just spare me, please.
Gala already knows. Leaving her alive is a mistake, Athuur. We should kill her now.
We're not murderers, Illia.
Speak for yourself.
There's no honor in killing someone who can't fight back.
Then keep your honor. I'll wait outside.
She's unraveling. Do you think she'll listen next time? She has been on her own out here for some time now, my friend.
She's chasing ghosts. I just hope she doesn't become one herself. I'd get out of here if I were you.
You don't need to tell me twice.
They left the mine behind, the air heavier than when they entered. Illia had found a lead, but lost a piece of herself in the process. And Athuur, ever the warrior, carried the burden of mercy. The wind swept across the cliffside, carrying the scent of ash and stone. Illia stood alone, her gaze fixed on the horizon. Athuur and Inigo emerged from the mine, the weight of the dead behind them.
I let myself slip, back into who I was. I'm sorry you had to see that, Athuur.
Believe me, I've seen worse in a Thalmor prison. But you've been out here alone, fighting, searching. I understand. It's not easy to stay whole when the Reach keeps tearing at you. I can only imagine that finding a weakness against Gala is no easy task.
Speaking of Gala, I found something important. The king in rags. He's still out there, still pulling strings in certain parts of the Reach.
Who is he? How does he connect to Gala?
Madanak, the true king of the Forsworn. During the uprising, he was captured and imprisoned beneath Markarth, but he never stopped commanding. Gala rose to power in his absence, but she's not his heir. Because only a Forsworn king can choose a matriarch for the Forsworn, which Madanak never did, making Gala's claim unofficial.
My father fought beside Ulfric when they took back Markarth. I knew of the rebellion, but not of what happened to Madanak.
His title, King in Rags, comes from his cell. But even in chains, he commands Forsworn loyal to him. Not Gala. If we can reach him, he might know how to stop her permanently.
I am not going to pretend to understand how Forsworn politics work, but I'm not going to turn away a potential ally either. How do we find him?
We don't. Not directly. But there's a Forsworn mole in the Markarth banks. And according to your new friend in the mines, their code name is N. He's the only one who speaks to Madanak. If we find him, we find the king.
Sounds like a start, but you still can't be seen in the city.
Exactly. That's why it has to be you. I'll cast cloaking spells and watch from the rooftops. We'll stay in contact. Don't trust anyone in the city, especially not the guards. I'll be close by.
She's like a storm in a bottle. Beautiful, dangerous, and very bad for your hair. I'm glad she is on our side.
She is also our best chance of stopping Gala, too.
Then let's find this mysterious N before Gala finds us, my friend.
You're still trying to picture what Gala looks like, aren't you?
Absolutely, my friend. There is a bit of fun in that mystery, don't you think?
I think your definition of the word fun may be a bit skewed, Inigo.
The road back to Markarth was quiet, but the city ahead was anything but. Secrets waited behind stone walls, lies whispered through the halls of power. And somewhere beneath it all, the king in rags listened. The mine was quiet now. The fire had died. The Forsworn lay still. Athuur stood before the gathered miners, his voice steady. For Athuur had informed the miners that the Forsworn at Kolskeqqr had been dealt with, and to remain vigilant as they thanked him for his help. And with the miners reassured, Athuur and Inigo turned toward the city gates. Markarth loomed ahead, with stone, shadow, and secrets.
This is like searching for a snowflake in a blizzard. What does a mole even advertise? Secret agents for hire, maybe bakers.
If only it were that easy. So many of these go unanswered.
And for good reason, my friend.
Wait a moment. This looks promising.
A security guard request?
The job isn't what's interesting about this. It's the signature. Private security request. Signed, N.
You're joking. That's too easy.
Either it's bait or someone got sloppy. So let's find out.
They climbed the stone paths to the upper levels, the city heartbeat echoing through Dwemer walls. The address led them to a quiet residence tucked beneath the cliff.
If this goes poorly, I want it on record that I suggested we bring snacks.
If this goes bad, then snacks won't make a difference at all. So, let's meet our mystery man.
And so, Athuur and Inigo approached the unknown.
Excuse me. What's your business here?
No worries, my lady. We are rat exterminators.
We're responding to the inquiry about private security. We'd like to speak to N.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send him in.
Yes, Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
Thank you, my lady. You're quite a busy man, I imagine.
I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want?
I want to know how long you've been feeding the Reach from behind that velvet chair. You don't look like a warrior, but you smell like war.
Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me out. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, sending the young to their deaths, all in the name of the Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired.
What does it solve? Why keep the blood flowing?
Because my king told me to. Madanach. When the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question.
Then why not follow Gala? She commands Forsworn too. Why are there two sides to this madness?
Gala is chaos. Madanach is order. She wants power. He wants vengeance. We follow the one who remembers why we bled in the first place.
Then I've heard enough. I need to speak to your king, and you're going to make that happen.
My dear boy, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last. Kill them.
About time you looked at me.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Damn it. I needed him alive.
It is unfortunate, my friend. I will say that he had a great name. Too bad he was a crazy old man in the end.
This goes deeper than we thought. Gala, Madanak, agents in the city. We need to find Illia. We are in over our heads at this point.
They stepped away from the slain, the city unchanged, but the truth beneath it now exposed. The Forsworn conspiracy had begun to unravel, and Athuur was no longer just a soldier. He was a witness. For the city was quiet, but not still. Illia stood waiting with sharp eyes. Athuur felt a rare relief at the sight of her as pieces began to fall in place.
We found him. N was Nepos the Nose, and he's dead, unfortunately.
I know. I learned it while you were inside. He was sloppy, but there's more. Athuur Silver-Blood is involved. I believe he's the reason Madanak still lives.
That's impressive. How did you find all that out so fast?
I'm a trained witch, Athuur. Cloaking spells, shadow scrying, and a memory for patrol routes. I've danced through this city before. When I took the last Sibyl, I know how and where to listen. But all that is irrelevant at the moment.
So, what now? The Silver-Bloods control the wealth on this side of the Reach. Confronting them head-on sounds like certain death.
Exactly. We use that. We get thrown in prison. Cidhna mine.
Wait, you want us to get arrested?
Most of the prisoners are forsworn, loyal to Madanak. If we can reach him, convince him to fight Gala instead of the Empire or the Nords, we might have a chance. It's a long shot, but it just might work.
That's insane. But if Madanak turns against Gala, we could stop her pursuit of the Sibyl. This may be the break we need.
Why do I get the impression that I am not going to like where this leads?
I have no choice. I'm going back to prison. Again.
You know, my friend, for someone who hates bars, you spend an awful lot of time behind them. Maybe next time we just open a tavern and call it a day.
If only it were that easy. Keep this safe.
I will guard it like it's my own tail, my friend.
Jilly tricked me, but you've earned my trust. Find a way to reach us once we're inside. I imagine that shouldn't be too difficult for a witty, talkative Khajiit like yourself.
You won't have to worry about that. I will be your eyes and ears and whiskers on the outside, my friend.
Well, this is it then. Be safe, Inigo.
You too. Both of you. Watch each other's backs in there. Cidhna Mine has a notorious reputation from what I heard. Until we meet again. Oh, and no funny business and rituals while I'm away. Good luck, my friends.
Inigo has charm. He'll do fine being our contact on the outside for us.
Sometimes I worry he has too much charm. Speaking of charm, how have you avoided the guards this long?
I memorized their patrols when I was last here. They haven't changed. If we move now, we can reach the treasury house before they cycle back.
Then let's go have a talk with Athuur Silver-Blood.
The plan was reckless, dangerous, but it was the only path left. Athuur and Illia moved through the stone corridors of Markarth, shadows trailing behind them. The treasury house awaited, and with it, the first step towards the king in rags. For Athuur and Illia stood at the threshold, knowing what waited inside could change everything, or end it all.
If they recognize me, it's over. I kidnapped the Sibyl. They'll hang me before asking questions.
Then let's hope no priestess of Dibella is on the guest list. Otherwise, we're both praying to Mara for mercy.
And so, Athuur and Illia held their breath and proceeded forward.
Hello. How may I be of help?
Greetings. I need to speak with Confronting Silver-Blood, please.
I'm sorry, but he isn't to be disturbed today. Please make an appointment, or leave.
Then consider me a disturbance. I'll find him myself.
You're not supposed to go back there.
It's okay. He's allowed back there.
What? Are they allowing vermin off the streets in these days?
Is Thonar around, my lady?
We own Cidhna Mine. Best not forget that, savage.
Okay.
Athuur didn't respond. Her pride was louder than her answers. But Illia, on the other hand, had noticed something. Something that was portraying itself as something it was not.
Who are you to barge into my home? Do you know who I am?
There's a good chance you fought alongside my father on that faithful day when you took back Markarth from the Forsworn. But I am not here to discuss that. Because I know you're hiding the king in rags in your prison. And I know you've kept him alive for reasons that stink worse than the Reach's swamps.
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to the man who owns half the Reach. So tread lightly.
Then you'll understand when I say your leash on Madanach is fraying. Gala's making moves. And you're either blind or complicit.
You think you understand the Reach, boy? You think you can walk in here and accuse me?
What was that?
The Reach belongs to the Forsworn!
Damn it, not here too.
You saved my life. Thank you.
Just go.
Illia, are you okay?
It was more Forsworn sleepers. I couldn't save the wife.
Betrayed? How? Why? How could I have let this happen in my own home? My betrayed.
We didn't know. We came for answers, not blood.
You brought this. You brought death into my home.
This is the work of the Forsworn. I am trying to stop this permanently, and with your help, I can do that.
You think I care? You think I'll let this go?
Brace yourself, Athuur. It's happening.
Hold right there. Primalus come.
We're surrounded.
Thonar, you're making a mistake.
Arrest them. Both of them. Sentence them to life in Cidhna Mine. Let them rot with the rest of the filth.
Now you have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work.
Chains clinked. The guards seized them without ceremony. Illia didn't resist. Athuur didn't speak. because the descent had begun. And beneath Markarth, the king in rags waited. Markarth's stone gates had closed behind them. Now the walls were darker, colder. Athuur and Illia stripped of armor, dignity, and freedom. Draped in rags that barely passed for clothing. Illia's garments, torn and incomplete, seemed designed to degrade. But her posture remained unbroken.
All right, prisoner. Eyes front. You're in Cidhna mine now. Expect you to earn your keep. There's no resting your hide in a cell in this prison. Here you work. You'll mine ore until you start throwing up silver bars. You got it?
I'm sorry. I'm a little deaf in this ear. Could you repeat that?
Don't get smart with me. I'm in charge. You keep it up, I'll have your toes cut off. All right, open her up. Now, Athuur, get down there and work.
Not the most modest attire. How are you holding up?
I've worn worse. Just not in front of an audience.
They did this on purpose, to humiliate you, to humiliate us.
Let them try. I didn't come here to look noble. I came to find a king.
He won't reveal himself easily. We'll need to be patient, careful.
And ready for anything.
They moved deeper into the mine. The air grew thick with smoke and sweat. Around a central fire, a gang of prisoners lounged, shirtless, scarred, and watching.
Wow, look at that. They sent us a gift to play with. Nice.
I hope she's not shy. We're friendly down here.
Careful, Athuur. We don't know anything down here.
Unfortunately, being a prisoner is my strongest skill.
I fear that may be a problem.
Nice lady friend you got there. She'll be begging for death once we're through with her.
I strongly doubt that. So, what are you in for?
Murder, theft, breathing. You.
Pissing off a Silver-Blood. But maybe you can help. I'm looking for someone. A Forsworn king.
You're looking for ghosts. Try the beast. He eats questions for breakfast.
The new meat. So soft, tender. What was it like killing your first one, huh?
I'm not a murderer, Orc.
Liar. Everyone down here's killed someone. You just haven't admitted it yet.
I need to speak to the king in rags.
Ah, is that right?
All right, hard way it is.
Stop. This isn't how we win them over. We need sympathy. Not bruises, Athuur.
I can take this guy. He's testing me. They all are.
Then let them. But don't give them a reason to shut us out. Madanak won't come to a brawler. He'll come to a believer.
You're right. We need to play this smart. Me and that orc will have to dance another time.
Anytime, Snowback. Anytime.
So, what do we do now?
Act like prisoners. Work. Mine. Slowly mingle to find out who aligns themselves with King Madanak.
That won't be an easy feat. It may take days before we can establish ourselves. And most of the men will see you as a treat. We need to be careful.
You don't need to worry about me, Athuur. The moment someone tries to touch me is the moment they start losing body parts.
If Inigo were here, I am sure he would have a crowing comment to that line.
I'm sure he would, Athuur.
They had made their entrance, but not their mark. The king in rags would not reveal himself to fists or fury. Only time, patience, and purpose would open that door. For this was not the Thalmor prison Athuur had escaped before. There were no cells, No chains, only eyes, watching, judging, and waiting. The day had been long, bloody, bitter, and bold. Athuur and Illia were gone, swallowed by the depths of Cidhna mine. The Sibyl's fate hung in the balance, and above it all, the Reach waited. Inside the tavern, the fire crackled low. Patrons murmured over mugs. The scent of mead and roasted meat lingered in the air. Inigo sat quietly near the hearth, ears twitching, eyes half-lidded. He wasn't drinking. He was listening.
Another drink, sir.
Are the baths available yet?
Yes, sir. They are currently vacant at the moment. Feel free to use it at your own leisure.
Steam rose from the stone basin. The guard's armor lay folded nearby, forgotten in the warmth of solitude. Inigo moved like shadow, silent, precise. No words, no hesitation. For Inigo didn't need the guard's name. He needed his armor. Athuur was in chains. Illia was in danger. Gala was rising. And now Inigo had a disguise, a plan, and a reason to move. For the night held its breath, and the war for the Reach continued.